Happy Friday, everybody. Here we go again. So this one is a technique that I was shown a long time ago when our group used to be the Halifax Embroiderers Guild. A lovely lady called Margaret showed me this technique. It's called furrowing, which is kind of cute. So what you're going to need is a piece of fabric. I would recommend you do it in a hoop. It's going to make it a little bit easier. You're going to need to draw a circle. I just tend to draw round things, and then you're going to need a circle of fabric. So to give you an idea of sizes, so centimetres, that is about 5 centimetres there, and then I've gone 10 centimetres for my circle. And we're going to make a Suffolk puff and then attach it, but it needs to be bigger than the circle for the effect to take place. So I'm just using machine thread. I've doubled it up. And all I'm going to do to start off with is make my Suffolk puff. So we have done this on a number of occasions. So it's just a finger fold as you're going around. So we get a neat edged Suffolk puff. Just pull it through and carry on. And what we're then going to do, once we've gone all the way around, is we're going to attach this edge onto the circle that's on our flag. It's quite a while since I've done this technique, and I haven't had a practice. I am just hoping that the instructions that are in my head, in that little box that I've opened up, that suddenly popped open when I thought, oh, I remember when. Okay. So finger fold as you're going along. Oh my goodness me. Got some workmen nearby. I have got no idea what they're doing. But it's just getting noisier and noisier and noisier. It wasn't that noisy. Couldn't work out quite well where it's coming from, but it must be up the road somewhere. But whoever it is, it sounds like they're having some fun, so I'm very sorry that you can now hear drilling. It's just that I don't want to shut the windows because it's kind of warm. Right, so gone all the way around. Okay, just do one more stitch just so that it overlaps with your starting point. Now the next bit is kind of fiddly, because what we want to do is we want to evenly space our little pulley bits, and we want it so that it's going to match the circle that's on our piece. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get that so that that circle is about the same size as that one. When I think I've got it, it is going to be like a proper little shower cap. Just space your little ruffles. Okay, I think that is about right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do myself a little knot here, just so that it doesn't come undone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around, and I'm going to stitch this to my background. So I'm going to come up the fabric, the backing fabric, and then down the very edge this piece. So up the fabric, down the very edge that piece. Just keep checking. It's just alright. Yep. Right. Then back down the edge. So do a couple of stitches. And then just check that it's still the So you'll have some bits that are stitched down really neatly, and then you'll have little bits that are just standing up. That's fine. Oops. So this little bit, and it is a little bit fiddly to start off with, because you've sort of got a bigger piece of fabric in the middle and trying to attach it onto a smaller bit, but it's important that that bit is bigger, otherwise it's not going to work. So my backing piece of fabric is just a little bit of linen. Make sure we're still fairly evenly spaced out. And then the top bit is just one of my little fat quarters that I've been brave and I've cut into. Take the chunk out. Now, if it doesn't fit exactly, don't worry, but you just need to push it in so that it all sits within your circle. Side. This bit, this is the funny bit. Now what you don't want to do is, if you've got like a fold, I hope you can't really see, like a fold in my fabric, don't go through the fold, just go through one little bit. So this is going to attach it all the way down, come back round. Just praying that I've got enough thread to see me around to the edge. There we go. So what we've done is we've made a big Suffolk puff, we've pulled it in, hold, so that the two circles match up, and then once you've done that, you're just faffing about with it a little bit, just to make sure that the two circles match. Go all the way around, tiny tacking stitches to attach it. Okay. Some extra bits of fabric. There we go. Right. Rethread my needle. I'm going to do a double thread again. It just makes it that little bit stronger, because what you don't want is part way through this for your thread to snap. So what you should now have is a Suffolk puff attached around the edge, and the fabric lifts up in the middle. So it really does look like a little bonnet or a little shower cap. Okay, so that's all standing up. Turn it sideways so you can see. So I've attached it all the way around the edge. So what we're going to do now is, this is when you start doing the furrowing, which is going to be tiny, tiny stab stitches. Okay. So basically what you're going to do is come up through your background, come out through the fabric, go back down, tiny little stitch, back down and pull. And then you come up somewhere else, go back down and pull. Back up, and that's all you're going to do. And it creates furrows. So you just want it to run really, really random, but they're just tiny, tiny little stitches that start creating these little furrows, and you just start doing lots of them. The bigger the circle that you put on, the more furrows you'll get. So don't go for a teeny tiny one. You just keep working your way around, making sure you're just going through one bit of the fabric, don't go through doubles. Oops. So wherever you've got a bit raised up, just come up and then go back down. And you just keep going. So you might have some areas where there's more texture than others, depending on how your Suffolk puff sat on the surface. But the more you do, the more texture you'll start creating. So this is why we wanted to have our thread doubled. You do need to give it a bit of a tug. Now if you get any of your edges standing up, so I've got like one of my little edges that's up there, just do a little stitch and just pull it down. And that's basically furrowing. I think it's called that because it looks like furrows on a hillside. I think. I don't know, I might have made that up. But it creates a really cute sort of texture. So again, I've got some little bits on the edge coming up, so just go back, pop little stitches down, just to pull that down as well. Another one that's kind of therapeutic. If you've got any flat areas, just grab hold of some fabric and just pull it across and then do your stitch, and it will pull it across, it will move it. So just grab it and just move it across and then do your little stitch. So again, here around the edge I've got some bits just sticking up. Just pull those in. It's just so cute. You get to a bit where you think, oh, nothing's really happening, and then you start getting the hang of where the fabric's moving to, and it all really starts creating these gorgeous textures. And you can just keep going. Just make sure the edge bits are really caught down. You've done like you're tacking one on, but sometimes you can add a little bit more. So there we go. Hopefully you'll enjoy that one. Quite a quick one this week. Really nice technique. So I'll trim that out. So it's just, I might actually do a few more on there just to keep it going. But basically, that's this week's flag. So happy furrowing everybody, and I'll see you next Friday.